Hello and welcome to another video from fantasyfootballscout.co.uk, and once again it's myself and Az. We're going head to head with some fantasy football using Football Manager. Now we've been using this series to sim what would have happened in real life had the 2019-20 season gone on uninterrupted, but we're also using it to get our FPL fix as well. I've picked a team, Az has picked a team with the help of the FPL community. He won last week. I'm hoping that doesn't happen this week. But of course, obviously, you're going for 2 for 2, aren't you, Az? You excited?
Yeah, very excited. Yeah, are we counting the first one? Because the first one was the kind of the pilot, right? I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
lost that one badly as well, so
if.
that one's been erased from the record as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to claim too much on that. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I mean, the league table's up so people can see it. I mean, the kind of the standout results last week for me were United thrashing Spurs. Was it 4-0 away from home?
Yeah, 4-0 at Spurs,
Yeah,
crazy.
so I reckon that probably was likely to have happened if it had gone ahead because Spurs are in a bit of disarray at the moment. Big game this week, United v Sheffield United. So if Sheffield United can get a win there, they'll be 1 point behind Chelsea in fourth, which will be pretty exciting. Another big result, obviously, big win for Brighton, 1-0 against Arsenal, and Brighton up to 15th in the league. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice for you. Nice for you. We should say obviously that this week we're kind of calling it Game Week 2, but in real life it's Game Week 31. Now, many of you might remember back in the before time, back when there was real football. Game Week 31 was the big blank game week for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, which means we've got a blank game week as well. But it is a little bit different now. The sim that we did, rather the save that we did, we were able to piece all of the results in. As they were in real life in the Premier League, but we couldn't do that for the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So it means that the blank game week 31 fixture list is slightly different to how it would have been. But we've still got 5 fixtures. There's no Liverpool, which is interesting because usually they're pretty nailed on for blank game weeks, but still plenty of options. Slightly more overlap between our two teams this week, obviously, with it being a blank game week. So let's head to the teams now. We'll start with you, Az, to walk us through who you and the community have chosen for game week 31.
Yeah, so I'm a bit frustrated with the community this week because they picked a captain who I'd never have gone for in Jimenez. I thought United was the kind of the standout fixture in this game based on United absolutely smashing Sheffield, smashing Spurs last week. But they've gone for Jimenez captain, so that's interesting. We've got the double up with Wolves. We've got Doherty and Jimenez. We've got the triple United. So I've gone for a defender in MAGUIRE, who's got good stats on the game. Martial. I've got Rashford, so yeah, gone for the two forwards, and then yeah, I mean, our teams are pretty similar this week, aren't they? It's a little bit
Yeah, sorry, man.
it's just, it's different. Well, you're voting, aren't you, the editorial team and
Yeah,
the
we're voting as well. So we did a vote amongst ourselves, and then we looked at the results of Az's poll and went, oh, it's a bit similar,
yeah.
but it always happens in a blank game. But there's enough difference, I think. So, for example, we've got a double up on the Burnley defense, and you've obviously just got Pope. So, I feel like if we can have a 0-0 in the first game,
I really
that'd
hope
be
that doesn't
beautiful.
work for you based on the fact it's worked for me twice.
We had a double up on Newcastle defense last week, and that didn't pay off. So it's
Yeah,
about time we had a double up that paid off. We're invested in the same teams as you, but we're invested in slightly different ways, which is why I'm quite excited about how this is going to go, because you've obviously got got a couple of Wolves players. Well, we've got the 3 Wolves players. We've got Doherty, which is just an obvious one, but you were asking people Jimenez versus Jota. So we were thinking, well, why not both?
mm.
Which we think could pay off. And then with United, I was really surprised that you went for their defence. I know it's Sheffield United, but we've gone for Bruno Fernandes on top of Martial and Rashford, which we're quite excited by.
Mm.
Fernandes on this game looks incredible. So we were quite pleasantly surprised to see that if you kind of match our midfields up, we've got Fernandes and you've got Alexis McAllister, which will probably work because you've been doing pretty well.
Hey,
But we're
McAllister is a
confident.
shoe-in. I'm sorry, community. He's a shoe-in every week. He's delivering
I noticed
week
you
on
didn't ask
week.
them to vote on him. You just stuck him in.
He's in. He's in. Him and Madison this week were the absolute certs.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's no surprise. No surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just hoping for a 1-0 in that United game. I'm hoping Sheffield United can keep it tight, like I imagine they would try and do in real life.
Although,
Uh,
of course, without Dean Henderson, which is a big thing.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
It's
that's a
obviously a
good
United
point.
player. Well, we hope that particular rule has moved across onto Football Manager. It's a bit embarrassing if it hasn't, because that's why
I'm
we
sure it
pick
would
so
have done.
many United attackers.
I'm sure it would have done.
Fingers crossed.
Who's their reserve goalkeeper?
I've got to be honest, it's so long since there was any football, I don't know.
Hang
I
on, I can
can't
tell you.
remember.
It could
We'll soon find out.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, Simon Moore could be him.
Oh yeah, or yeah, did they have an Eastwood maybe? I don't
Or
know. It's been far too long.
Verips.
Yeah, I think he might have had an injury. I don't know. I mean, Sheffield United goalkeepers outside of Dean Henderson.
Yeah, well,
It's
we'll
just a
soon
piece
find
of
out.
information that's left my head. So yeah, but yeah, let's get started on Game Week 31, and it looks like we're starting off as we usually do for some reason at Turf Moor.
Yeah.
So let's head to Lancashire.
Yep.
Oh, right. So here we go, all over again. We were just saying that the difference between us this week is I got Taylor versus Maguire, Fernandez versus McAllister, Jota versus Wood, right? That looks good on paper for us, right? Charlie Taylor not playing, not even on the bench. What is Sean Dyche? He's playing Ben Mee at left back. Why?
I mean, if it makes you feel better, Chris Wood started this game at 75% fitness for some reason.
Good. I hope he comes off injured at halftime. Straight out of the traps. First game, Charlie Taylor. He's not even on the bench. I can't even wait for him to come on and get an assist. It's just nothing. So this game now, we both got Pope, so great. And then I've just got to hope that Wood, who currently is inspired by the feedback.
I mean,
Oh,
if Wood gets me a goal, this is a solid start.
oh my, yeah, but I mean he will. I mean he just will. I mean I'm cursed, and you know exactly what you're doing.
I've just
somehow.
I've just got the gift save of.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Charlie Taylor, he on both the games we've
He's been
done
doing well.
simulated wise, he got, I think he got an assist in the first one, clean sheet in the second one. Yeah, no idea why he's not playing. Football Manager does that every now and then. Ben Mee's at left back. Has Ben Mee ever played at left back?
Do you know what he actually used to? Like back when they were in the Premier League, right near the start. When I used to live in Swansea, I watched Swansea play. What a goal! Well, there goes the clean sheet there for both of us. That was the best case scenario if Taylor wasn't playing. That there was no clean sheet. And also, I tell you what's really exciting for me: the vote was between Wood and Deeney. Oh, you didn't get Deeney, did you? That's all I can take.
There's still 60 minutes left.
Oh.
Don't
Sorry, I probably jumped the gun on that, but I've got to celebrate something. But yeah, Ben Mee has played at left back when I Swansea versus Burnley, like what 2014, I think it was. He played at left back against Nathan Dyer, and poor absolutely got destroyed because he's not a left back, is he? So he has played there, and then there was good reason to move him away from it.
Yeah. Nathan Dyer is that kind of player, isn't it? Like you can imagine coming up against like 5-a-side or something, and he would just absolutely destroy you. Yeah.
You just couldn't catch him. I mean, he didn't really have much upper body strength, but it didn't matter. He was just too quick for you.
Is he still at Swansea?
No, what didn't he go to Leicester and then won the title there, and then got loaned somewhere else? I don't really. I mean, he kind of declined was very quick. Yeah. He won a. I'm pretty sure. I've realised now that I'm on YouTube saying this, and I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure he's got a Premier League winners medal.
You're thinking of Damari Gray?
I don't think so. I hope not.
I just don't remember Nathan Dyer.
He didn't play all that much. I think he was just in the squad. I will now check so that I don't sound like an idiot. Because I mean, I don't care about this game anymore. I just need Chris Wood.
Well, it's half. I mean, in terms of the league, this would be a massive win for Watford because they're in the relegation spot.
Yeah, huge. And of course, they beat Leicester in the other one we did.
Yeah.
And so then, great progress on them. Yes, I can confirm. Nathan Dyer made 12 appearances for Leicester.
I do not remember that. On loan, right?
On loan, yeah. So that means that yes, he I think still is a Swansea player, but who knew? I had no idea. So quick was his decline.
It's amazing that in a game of Burnley versus Watford, we've spent pretty much the entire match talking about Nathan Dyer. Who doesn't even play for.
It's the fake Sean Dyche's fault for dropping Charlie Taylor, because what we should be talking about is what he's been doing down the left wing.
Woods
making
off.
things happen.
Woods off.
There we go. Right, I'll take that.
Well, he started the game at 75% for some reason, so.
Well, so 2 points for that. Lovely. Put that on the spreadsheet. 2 points. Well, I mean, Pope's probably on 2. Watford haven't really done very much, so I doubt Pope's probably made too many saves. I mean, this is we should just say, even though this game has been rubbish and just not that enjoyable, it's a blank game week. That's what they're there for, right? They're there to be absolutely dreadful.
Pope.
There goes the -1.
Dreadful. He's offside, I think.
That's just blank game weeks, mate. You look at a defense like Burnley. I think that's a nice fixture. I'll double up on that.
Yeah.
And then Watford go and score.
Well,
that's just how blank game weeks work.
This is blank games. This is a good thing about football. This Football Manager sim is they've clearly nailed FPL as well.
we're trying to bring people their fix, and as we said last week, your fix really is for pain. So
I
here's
mean, a
some
lot, a
more.
lot of people, Dave, have said that this is a bit. We had a comment on the site today saying this was a bit Games Workshop-y, saying it's a bit nerdy. What's nerdy about two guys playing fantasy football in a simulated game and using spreadsheets to calculate their scores?
I mean, what's nerdy about just playing fantasy football in the first place? That's what we are, right? I thought that's how we operate.
We need our fix. You said it best.
Exactly.
Well, that's it then. 1-0 Watford, massive result for them. Burnley, loads of players booked. Chris Wood started the game 75%, went off. They didn't have a single highlight throughout the match. Okay, let's move
What a
on.
start.
First one done. Rubbish game.
Yeah, so here we are at Norwich now, and we've what we've got in this game is we basically just want Richarlison to do anything because we both have him. And obviously, what was it? You were asking the community to whether or not you might want Calvert-Lewin. They said no. Right choice because he's on the bench. What's that about? What's going on?
Yeah, he's not even starting. uh,
Madness.
yeah, I know, it's crazy. Richarlison up front, Sigurdsson, Bernard, Walker. It's a weird one. I look at Everton's team and I'm never that inspired by it. Like, are you? They've spent so much money.
Well, recently I am. Since Ancelotti turned up, I have been. It's for
Really?
me. It's less about who they've bought, and more about the effect that Ancelotti seems to have had on Calvert-Lewin. I'm more inspired by their attack than I am by their defense.
True, but you look
Um,
look at the team that's on the screen now, which isn't far away from their like first choice team. That is not a top four team. That's
oh,
not
I mean, yeah,
that's not
certainly not a
that's
top four team yet.
barely
It's just,
that's a top 10 team, I'd say. And they've spent like hundreds of millions of pounds on players.
I mean, they are a team that should be doing better than they are in terms of in that respect. Yes, but I mean, Ancelotti's not really been around long enough to necessarily have the full impact. I think that in a couple of years' time, if he's given time and patience and buys the right players, then they could challenge definitely.
Oh,
Oh, nice go.
that's
There
a
we go.
lovely goal. I was gonna go for Dean. Dean was
Oh, was he?
one of my polls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Community's let
Try
me
not to.
down. The community's let me down. Go Deeney, Wood over Deeney. They've gone for, well, Pereira, to be fair, hasn't played yet. But I love Luca Dean. Like, in terms of FPL wise, he ticks every box for me. Plays so advanced, set pieces. He's just a dream FPL. He's brilliant for
Oh
me.
yeah.
He's brilliant for me this season as well. Actually, to be fair, when I had him for a few weeks, I think he got a clean sheet and then like 12 or 13 points in the next game.
Did quite well at the start, didn't he? I mean, he's definitely got the makings of the new Leighton Baines, just minus penalties.
No, this was
Although
this
you
was when,
never
this
know.
was when Ancelotti took over. I got him in as soon as
Oh,
Ancelotti took
we got it
over.
recently.
Yeah, as soon as Ancelotti took over, I was like, oh, he's going to shore up that defense, and he kind of didn't. But Dean did well for a bit. But yeah, I don't think I think a lot of Everton fans have said that he hasn't had they're not impressed with Dean this year.
He certainly was better last year than he has been
Yeah,
this year.
when you've got like a 35, 36-year-old as your replacement, doesn't exactly give you much
Yeah.
competition, does it? It's a bit of a
Well, I
weird
mean,
one.
that's the kind of thing that I think they'll be improving on. Is even though Baines obviously is a bit of a club legend, they do need some strength and depth in a few positions. I
Mm.
mean, when you look past their first 11, I think that's where they've got to improve. Because if they improve what's beyond it, then they should improve who's already in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
11. Because I still think you've got to look at Calvert Lewin and think he can maybe actually can do that for the rest of the team. You look at Calvert Lewin's numbers before he turned up; he wasn't necessarily playing every week. And when he was, you weren't really quite sure whether or not he was going to be reliable.
Mm.
And then the second Ancelotti comes in, I think he's still the top goal scorer in the league since
Yeah,
Ancelotti
he
turned up.
is.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't just about the goals he was scoring. It was the fact that because we obviously look at it from a fantasy perspective, is that output sustainable? And the shot count every game was huge. He was
Yeah.
in the second that Ancelotti turned up, he was in the top three in the division for shots in a box, for shots on target, for big chances. So if your striker is shooting quite often, shooting in the right place, and the chances he's getting are high quality, and he's getting them on target, and he's scoring them. I mean, that's quality, and he's obviously been talking him up, saying he's one of the best strikers in Europe. And
But
I don't
what's
know, who
going to happen
knows?
with Moise Kean? Because Moise Kean is, he's been billed as like the most promising striker in Europe at points, and like it just seems everyone hates him. Oh, it's a
Yeah, no, it's
lovely goal from
oh wow.
Calvert-Lewin. Another
Well, there we
assist,
go. Come on.
another assist for Dean as well. Oh,
See, there we go. He's come on and he's nodded one in. That's how he operates. And obviously, of course, wait, that was the assist. I didn't.
yeah, look at that.
I looked away just for a second, and that was the assist. I mean, That could have been the goalkeeper. What a lovely finish that was. What a lovely finish. So there we go. One of the best strikers in Europe. Yeah, Moise Kean, I don't know. I mean, there's clearly some, I don't know. I think there's maybe a personality kind of issue there that he's had with a number of managers. I think
Mm.
he's been sent off a number of times. I think he got sent off for Italy. And so he's saying he's fallen out with the manager there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he wouldn't be the first player, would he, to be touted as a some big new prospect and then kind of not quite live up to it because he's young and maybe not as disciplined as you'd like. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Who
But the
is it?
thing is,
Who
with
is it?
Calvert-Lewin, then
What
doesn't
I
matter.
just can't understand though is like they had Silver in at the start of the season, and Silver's really struggling, and the team's doing terribly, and they've got a player like Moise Kean like on the bench, and they just don't play him. When was it when he scored like the winner and he was like the happiest like he'd ever been, and then he just didn't play for like another 2 weeks?
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it was weird because so much was made of him coming to the club, and then for him not to get used when the team is struggling
Do you remember
shows the
Cardiff?
manager doesn't rely on him.
Cardiff signed that guy. He's like their record signing. Um, was it Cardiff? I'm sure it was. Was it? I can't remember who it was. I think it was Cardiff. They signed. He was that Danish guy, Cornelius. I think
Ah,
his name
yes.
was like a few years ago. And yeah, they paid like 15 million for him or something. And then he literally just didn't play a single match, and then just went back to Copenhagen for like 5 million. And it's like
Happens a lot.
you haven't done well in that time, Cardiff. Like, surely there must have been something there that made you pay a record fee for this guy. Like, why not just stick him on for like, just give him a start in a game, 60 minutes. If he does rubbish, okay, fair enough. But your team's crap anyway. Just let him play. I don't know.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
I'm gonna hazard a guess here that he signed in January because I feel like January is when people break
no,
their transfer records
Cornelius
to bring in.
didn't. Cornelius didn't.
Oh, did it not?
I think he had a full pre-season with them,
Wow,
and I think it must have been Warnock. It's always Warnock.
I might have been. Yeah. Well, speaking of new signings, we were talking before we were recording about Emi Buendia, who obviously hasn't really done much in this.
Oh,
Oh, there we go,
Calvert
Calvert-Lewin with the
Lewin
brace,
again.
with
Look
the
at
brace,
that.
and they voted no. They voted no. What a shame. Yeah, Buendia. I think if I had to pick one player from a team, I think it's going to go down. Who should get signed? I mean, I suppose Jack Grealish maybe, but I still think Villa could stay up. Whereas I think Norwich are down.
Mm.
I'd pick someone who should stay in the Premier League next season with a team that hasn't gone down. Buendia, I think, is one that should be getting considered because he's just such a creative player. The stats that he's recorded this year are just completely mind blowing when you consider the team he's playing in.
And the fact he barely plays.
And yeah, on the same subject as you were saying there, is that he's not always in the team.
I know, it's crazy.
It's,
I mean,
it's very strange.
I don't understand.
What do you make of
him and Cantwell to me are just such talents in that Norwich team, and the fact they get rotated so much around the team, I just can't. Especially when like, because I think you were saying earlier that like Buendia isn't the best at tracking back. Like, he's defensively he might not be
Yeah,
the most solid option, but this is Norwich we're talking about. It's not like we're talking about like a team that's built on like defensive solid foundations. Like
and he's their number 10.
yeah, like surely can a strike force of Cantwell, Pukki, and Buendia that would alarm most sides in the league, and yet they really very rarely play together. Those three.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, it's just I just look at Buendia's numbers, and I still think as an individual asset, he's miles better than anyone else in that Norwich team. Because you've only got to look at the fact
Yeah,
that he hasn't played every game, and yet he's still comfortably top of Norwich's tables for chances created. And I think he has more than double than whoever's second. I think he has something like 78 chances created this year, and then second place is Cantwell on about 37.
yeah,
That's just huge, and
yeah,
he's one of the top creators in the league. So he's up there with your Madisons and your Grealishes, those types of players that are just always producing chances. So I think if either a team that comes up next year, whenever that season starts, oh, nice goal there. It's just to borrow Richarlison. There we go. That's what we needed.
This would be the kind of game you'd be watching with, say, you had Richarlison in your team and not Calvert-Lewin.
It would be,
And
wouldn't it?
and you see Calvert-Lewin doesn't even start the game, and you're like, yes, come on, 40% owned Calvert-Lewin. I've got Richarlison. Here we go. Richarlison up front as well, and then Calvert-Lewin comes off the bench, scores a brace, and you get one assist for Richarlison.
That is so FPL. Isn't it? I feel like this series has just not, rather than necessarily highlighted some fantastic hauls, although of course you've had a few. It's just highlighted all those niggly, annoying things that happen all the time.
Yeah,
that we've
I don't
still
miss it at
missed.
all.
We
I don't miss
still
it at
miss them.
all. Do you know what? This is it. I mean, 4-0 Everton, not that
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah,
But
I would be not shocked at all if that was
no,
the result in real life. Absolutely.
yeah, no, interesting. All right, on to the next one.
Yeah, no bonus for Richarlison, so it's just 5 points. Oh, no, 6 points each. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Right, so we've come into it's the last kind of match session of the game week because we've got loads on at the same time. We've got a Man United triple up against a Sheffield United team with no Dean Henderson. We've gone Fernandes, Martial, Rashford. Rashford and Fernandes, they're not even it. Who's that?
Well, look
Oh,
at that. Look at that rocket
Martial
from
assist.
Lingard. I mean, you know,
What is this madness?
Solskjaer's faith in players like Dalot and Lingard and Igalo
Oh my goodness.
is completely well placed.
Yeah, so he's played Lingard and Igalo ahead of Rashford and Fernandes, who aren't even on the bench, so we just get 0 points for
I
them.
think it must have something to do with Champions League coming up.
Maybe.
I think the way the fixtures have been arranged, I think maybe they've got a Champions League game, fairly soon, which would kind of make sense.
But I mean, that's 3 players missing for us. So Charlie Taylor, 0 points. Rashford, 0 points. Fernandes, 0 points. We must say there is another game going on a couple of other games going on at the same time. So it would be nice if we could get something out of those. But who knows? I mean, half
That's
our
the
players are probably
FPL that I
been
know
open
and
as well.
love.
Honestly, this is just the theme of these videos. It just come in, and the players we've chosen just aren't even on the pitch.
The thing is, it's such an important game for United that you couldn't imagine them resting the players in real life.
Well, I mean, they've played one of their key youngsters, Jesse Lingard, and he's shown his skill and he's banged it in the top corner. So, the thing is, this is so annoying. The managers have done this because it means this game now is just Martial versus Martial. We both have, right, and he's just got the assist. And you've obviously got Maguire, so I need Sheffield United. I really, really need. You could end up winning just because of Maguire. Like that's it. That's all you need because I've just got nobody playing. We've got some goals in the other games.
Vardy's just scored.
Vardy's just scored, and Wolves have gone 1-0 up through Meritan Shabani. So if anyone knows who he is, let us know.
Who is Meritan Shabani?
Who knows? Who knows? There might be assists on those goals, but we don't know. Obviously, we need less to
it's
concede,
a penalty.
don't we, Az?
That's a penalty.
Oh, yeah,
they're going to give
VAR
that.
time.
They're going to give that.
Who's taking it?
That'd be interesting to know who takes it.
Yeah, especially with like all the Martial, yeah.
Martial.
Well, I mean, we've all got him, haven't we? So all 2 worldwide players. There we go.
Well, he would definitely have been my captain. I don't want to slate the community too much, but if it was left up to me, Maddison's just scored. Both got him.
Oh yes, and we've got him too. So
yeah.
Yay! Hooray for everyone.
This was the game for me to target. I mean, you did as well with the you had the attacking
triple up,
yeah.
Imagine that. Oh, Martial booked, brilliant. But imagine that though. You're attacking triple up, and you go into the game in real FPL, and 2 of them aren't even there. You just quit on the spot, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you really would.
You would, yeah. It's nearly as bad as Mane getting injured after a few 20 minutes of
my goodness.
The triple captain. Oh, come on, Lingard to Maguire.
Ooh, get rid.
Oh, Maguire wants it. Look at him. Oh, he's desperate. Go on, Maguire. Oh, he's gone back. No, stay
that's
up
what
there.
we want to see.
Stay up there, mate. Oh, Lingard again. Here he
this?
goes. He scored again.
What is going on?
He scored again.
What is it? I'm almost annoyed that this is happening because this is so unrealistic.
I mean, why did we not pick Jesse Lingard?
I mean, honestly, like for the blank game week, why did you not choose Diogo Dalot and Jesse Lingard? Man.
I'll tell you what, though,
on for.
I think it just shows how Phil Manager is clearly thinking United are a good team.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're not wrong with the current form.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if as of the last 2 game weeks on this, that's 7 goals in 2 game weeks, and they haven't even got Rashford and Fernandes playing this one.
No,
I mean, just imagine. I mean, we were talking about thrashings just now, and you see the scoreline, and you haven't been around, and you think, oh yes, the team I tripled up on are 3-0 up at half time. I'm sure I've got involved in all those goals, and then you dip in there. Nope, not
2
involved.
missing.
Yeah, that's just so classic FPL. Oh, come on, what's going on?
The thing is that kind of thing tends to happen with a Maguire. There he is.
No, oh come on.
There he is.
Oh, this is honestly, this is rigged. The game is rigged. I told you.
Since I saw that corner coming in, I thought he's gonna get this. Should we watch it again, Dave?
No, skip replays. Skip the replays.
Simple. Poor defending from Sheffield United.
Honestly, I can't believe this. This is just taking a mick. It's as if like Football Manager knows. It knows what it's doing, and it's just trying to wind us up.
It's seen my history with Football Manager 2018 and thought
Oh my
we're just going to
goodness,
give it to Az. He knows what he's doing.
that's just infuriating. That is.
God, imagine this result in the Premier League though. Like, that would be a huge win for United.
2-4-0s in a row potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
Bournemouth have equalised against Wolves, so Doherty is robbed of his clean sheet. And of course, yes, we've tripled up on we've doubled up on the Wolves attack, and it's 1-1 there. So
1-1.
that's the way of it,
Who
isn't
got the
it?
goal?
So it's Callum Wilson scored for Bournemouth.
Callum Wilson.
So
Yeah.
once again, trolling as hard as he possibly can. And he's actually just gone and scored the winner as Callum Wilson. It's 2-1 Bournemouth at Wolves.
So
I mean, that's huge for the relegation fight.
Huge for United as well. So that's effectively Wolves and Sheffield United dropping, quite a few points off United. It's going to be between United and Chelsea, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. I still think it's going to be United that are going to do it. Oh, there goes full time. Honestly, that haul from Maguire is just sickening.
Can't wait for you to work out how many points it was.
Oh,
2 bonus as well.
Delete the spreadsheet. We're done. We're done. We're done.
So we're back. And these were the final scores in the other matches. So Wolves lost at home to Bournemouth.
Very surprising.
I mean, the relegation space and the top 4 space is going to carry on being really interesting, I think, all season.
Yeah,
Callum Wilson got 2. Shabani, we're still not sure who he is, but he scored for Wolves. And Leicester beat Brighton 2-0 at home. And seeing as we always lose to Leicester, that's not incredibly surprising. So this is what it does to the table. So Brighton, who were looking quite safe, are now suddenly being pulled into the relegation spaces again. Norwich lost, so they're still kind of outcast from the rest of the group. United, though, in 4th, 51 points, level with Chelsea, who have a game in hand. Sheffield United down in 6th. Wolves really needed to win that game, I think. So they're now down to 7th.
That's massive for United to win and Wolves to lose.
Huge for them. Could even be putting pressure on Leicester soon. 5 points behind Leicester as well. So yeah, it should be quite an interesting end to the season. But more importantly, in terms of our teams, David, how did we get on this week?
Let's go through it. Let's go through it blow by blow and recap. So we'll start with our team. We got 3 points for Pope. We got just the one for Doherty because obviously Wolves conceded twice. We got 6 for Pereira. Charlie Taylor, 0. Bruno Fernandes, 0. Marcus Rashford, 0. Richarlison got 6. Martial got 9. Maddison got a goal and an assist and some bonus in that Leicester game. So 12 points for him. We got a blank for Jimenez. So 4 points for him. That's exciting because that's actually more than we got for Joe Linton last week. So we are improving. And 2 points for Jota for a total of 43. Now, Az's team looks a lot more exciting than that, doesn't it? As 3 points for Pope, 1 for Doherty, 6 for Pereira, 14 for Maguire. Oh, honestly, it's just every week you just find some way to just completely smash it. It's so
what it's
annoying.
all about. It's what it's all about.
6 points for Richarlison, 9 for Martial, 12 for Maddison. So a lot of overlap. With some of the players that we had did well, they did for you too. McAllister 2, Rashford 0. Who was your only no-show. We had 3. 2 for Wood and 4 for Jimenez, which basically means you have a total of 59. There's a gap of 16 points there, right? And 14 of those are made up from Maguire. So it really just was the slabhead show for you.
Yeah. Well, it's if Fernandes had played, it could have been different, but it wasn't. So, it's just one of those funny weeks. I mean, it's the kind of game week which you'd like to have as a FPL manager, kind of, 1 or 2 players really kind of saving your week. In a week where probably not that many people have done that well. So, if you get 14 points from Maguire in a blank game week where, people are probably making hits or making loads of transfers or not getting them, then you'd be really happy with that. So I'd be happy with it in real life, and I'm happy with it on our simmed game.
Oh, man. So what it means for you is you're 2 for 2. You've won both episodes so far, as have the community, of course, with you. What it means for the running totals, we add last week's totals onto this week's totals. We got 54 last week, 43 this one. So we're on a total so far of 97. And obviously, you've extended the lead, which was pretty big already. We're on 97. You're on 143. So we have got some serious work to do. Some serious lockdown work.
You're going to have to get those spreadsheets out, Dave.
Oh, We'll be sick of the sight of them by the time we even claw it close. So yeah, well, onwards and upwards. Next week, obviously, is game week 32. We don't know yet exactly what the fixtures are going to look like, but it won't be a
It's a
blank.
full set. It's a full set, I think.
Full set, is it?
Yeah, all teams playing from the look of it.
So hopefully that means we'll have very different teams, and hopefully that means we can finally steal a march on you. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Good
Fingers
luck.
crossed. Obviously, we don't just do this on Fantasy Football Scouts YouTube channel right now. We've got loads of other things for you to enjoy. Andy's recently been doing his series of FPL Legends, and me and him did a video earlier this week discussing some changes that perhaps could happen to FPL with relation to things like chips and transfers and positional changes, all sorts of things like that. Generated some fantastic discussion both in the comment section and on site. So if you want to check that out, please do. Also, by the time this video goes out, we will have already done a video, me, Neil, and Andy discussing what we're doing now that there isn't any real FPL happening at all, how we're coping without getting our fix. And obviously, we've been doing videos like this, but that's not the only thing we've been doing. So check that out. It's a more kind of casual video, that one, if you enjoy just chatting about what you guys have been getting up to. And we'd love to hear what you've been getting up to in your different situations with that FPL. And the big news, which I'll say for last, is that the Scoutcast is coming back next week, which is very exciting. Obviously, there's not too much to talk about in terms of immediate strategy, but we've been flooded with questions to discuss on the show, some related to FPL strategy, some not. We'll have Joe for that, so we're quite excited for that. So it'll be myself, be Joe, and Andy next Tuesday. It's going to be live. It's going to be in the middle of the day because we figured more of you are at home in the middle of the day than usual, and it means we don't have to stay up late. And of course, it will be available in the evening as well if that's when you want to watch it. So yeah, keep an eye out for the Scoutcast. That's coming back.
Lovely. Well, that's it then. Good night. Good night, whatever time it is. I don't know what day it is at the moment.
Who knows? Who knows? I thought it was Friday today, and then my wife told me about 10:30. It was actually a Thursday.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. Yeah, I'm losing track. But yeah, I'll see you for the next one.
Yeah, whatever time zone you're in, see you next time.